And man, you're on that bus and you're in traffic and you're in a bus for an hour and a half. And it takes some kind of a discipline to go through that and not get groggy or lazy, which all of us do on a long ride, and then be able to peak, and come game time, you're ready to go.
That's good stuff, Dash. You know, you think about it as a negative, as something they got to fight against, but you know, it's team bonding. It's working hard, and it's the sacrifice. And as we look at Coach Tehani, formerly Miyashiro, but now Fiatoa.
Yep. And I think you kind of said what I didn't say, but what I meant is it's not a negative to Kahuku.
Yeah,
they turn this in, you know, the traveling, the road trips, they make it work. So we are underway, and the first swing of the night goes to number 33, dug up back there by Leah Now, and a couple of big plays to get this match going. There's Now, dug up the other way by number 43, Tonga. Boy, we've got some players that we've been watching for a couple of years now, and there's some guns. Another block at the net as Cruz is roofed, and then after all of that, a net violation on Kahuku.
And early on, we'll see this play, and great scramble play from Moanalua. They're going to have to scramble a little more. They've got some injury issues. Dave Smith was hobbling in on crutches. She will not be playing tonight. They've got a new lib in there. They're going to have to make it work in playoffs.
Adora Anai, I remember watching her as a freshman. She's now a senior. She was good then, she's great now. They go right back to Anai, and this time hammers it down for the club.
I was just out in Oregon covering a Pac-12 match, and the Utah coach is there, and Adora signed on to Utah, and Coach Beth Lanier said, hey, are there any other hidden gems like Adora and I out there? And I said, you know what? There aren't. She's one of a kind. She's a special player.
All dug up again by Tonga from the back row, unable to put it down. There's Anai. And that is blocked out, point Kahuku. Anai, in many cases, is short for annihilator.
Wow, Dash, you're on your game tonight. It's playoff volleyball, and Dash is bringing it.
Good swing. Over there by number 3, that's Nedley of Moanalua. Not tall, but plays big herself. Right over the middle, little touch shot. Opportunity to set up something. Something means Adora Anai. Went for the soft touch, brought right back. Another good swing. Off the roof. Lindsay Ng with the good ding. And a little push down, and it works. And that's Berard Kamake'eaina.
Mariah, so businesslike. You can just see that hard work ethic written on her face, and the timing is good. When she gets it right timing like that play, she can be devastating in the middle.
All served up. And the bad pass results in a point. Olivia Wallace with the white jersey, the libero, back to serve it up. A lot of high numbers. Usually in volleyball, Moanalua, their numbers are 1 through 16. You look at Kahuku, they got a 5, a 12, and then it goes right to the 20s, 30s, and 40s. They do things big in Kahuku.
So true.
There's that big swing I said. Pumehana Nedley, she's not big in stature, but she swings big. She's only a 5'4" presence, but she's there at the outside hitter position.
And she's going up against the much bigger Adora Anai, and that's going to be the interesting matchup because she's replacing Dave Smith. Dave Smith, 5'10", much better matchup, but Pumehana Nedley is going to have to do it at 5'4".
Going up against 5'11" and 6'0". And Kamake'eaina and Anai, respectively. Good serve by Cruz. Ball popped back over the net, and there you go. Don't ever underestimate size. Nedley.
And the big smile from Pumehana. And Pumehana was just playing in the blue division. You know, OIA Girls Volleyball, there's the regular varsity teams, and then there's a second varsity team, the blue division. And she was pulled up late in the season to play for Moanalua's first team.
Little missed contact on the serve by Johanna Cruz, JoJo. Ball into the net, and it is 4-3. Kahuku on top.
Leah now in the front row really brings the offense in from Moanalua.
Look at 5-3, excuse me. There's Leah. Little roll shot covered nicely, and then out of the back row, look at the power of Sina Moni Tonga.
The power, you talked about the big numbers, the biggest number on the team, number 45, bringing a lot of heat from the back row.
Now, good set for her. That was too hot for Tangikina Brown to handle. First kill of the night for Leah Now. 6-4 the score. And Nye with the kill. Going straight down that 45-degree angle that time. Not quite straight down. Third kill early.
You know, I remember doing that match with you, Dasha, 4 years ago when she was a freshman. We talked about all the potential. And, you know, she's an easy one to call. It didn't take that much of us to see her potential.
Well, she was kind of tall and gangly and just kind of like, you know, her limbs were all over the place, and yet she still played great. And you look at her now, she's so good, but yet you realize that she's still going to grow into that body. That upper body's going to get so much bigger and thicker in a great muscular way. She gets into college, and you know they got the weight program going, and she's just going to be a dynamo.
You're absolutely right.
Back to Now. Dug up, but a net violation against Kahuku. That's going to be a point for Nanamahina.
Really like the energy Now's coming out with. You can just see that. She's got a calm confidence about her, and she started out this match taking 2 quality swings.
Johanna with the brush against the net gives the point to Moanalua. Back to serve it is Kamalani Kachola.
That was the perfect timing we're talking about, right? Kahuku, when she stays behind the ball, when she doesn't get too early. She's one of those players her coach Toa says she just wants to come in. She wants to work so hard. If she has a little more patience, stays behind that ball, good things happen.
2 kills for her. Overpass, knocked down. That's the easy kill.
Kahuku gets the kill, and then she goes back and serves an absolute laser.
Oh, there's Now. That's in.
Good timing on the Moanalua side. You know what? You watch this Moanalua team, and Coach Tommy Lake says, you know, I love our girls. We're too nice. He said, I want us to be a little angry. I want us to be a little vicious. The way that Mililani was able to beat Kahuku was they fought fire with fire, and they brought that extra energy.
Rachel Blake, the setter, and the cross-court kill by Tonga. By the way, Rachel Blake normally wears number 26, wearing number 43 tonight. Basically, somehow, and it wasn't on her, but her normal jersey disappeared. So that's her there wearing number 43 tonight. And we'll see, depending on how she plays tonight, she may stick with it or be back in the 26 tomorrow.
A bit based on your theory, though, the 26, she's going to have a lot more power tonight. She's going to have to be careful about reining that in.
So Blake with the serve. Good pass. And a good little step-out move. And a nice, powerful swing by Marina Adolfo.
Adolfo, one of the good ones. Great player on the beach. Normally an outside hitter, but you see her moving to the middle with the backslide. That's a great-looking play from Moanalua.
Usually when you call Adolfo on the step-out, you're thinking a different one at UH, right? Calais.
And they're cousins.
And she's got that same move as Calais. That step-out move, watching her older cousin do her thing in Manoa.
What does McLaughlin call that? Something slide.
Yeah, the Molokai slide,
the
right?
Molokai slide.
Yep, it's from Olehua Molokai. Ball into the net by Sinamoni Tonga. That's a point for Moanalua.
Moanalua picking up the service, right? They're getting the pressure going. Marina Adolfo putting a couple of tough BBs in there, and Kahuku struggling a little bit here.
Setting it up to the near side, little roll shot. Nice save over there by Cruz to keep it alive. And then the powerful block by Cruz, but a little bit too much heat on that. It ricochets out of bounds. Point for the Red Raiders.
Great couple of plays here from maybe my all-name team, JoJo Cruz. How good is that name, Dash? That's like a Howard Dash for you there.
Right. Sinamoni Tonga back to serve. Gerard Kamakikuyana. There's some great names on these two teams. Now a little bit of a misplay. Who's got it? Over the shoulder by Cruz. And there's Anai. This time the high hands keep the ball alive. Cruz picked up by Anai. Out of the back row comes flying Tonga, and that ball's got a little bit too much heat on it. That's long. Point Namanahina.
We're going back to serve now for Moanalua, number 6, Shayla Kagihiro, 5'6". She just did a great job of slowing down Adora Denai. She had perfect timing, went straight up and down, and soft block.
So the serve floated over by Kagihiro. There's a pretty good dig right there by Lindsay Ng. Cruz off the block. Or off the antenna, excuse me, and the point to Kahuku, and that brings us to our first media timeout. So we're going to take a break here. Oh, we knew it was going to be a heavyweight fight. We're seeing it here in the early going. 13-10 our score. We'll be back with more. The heat is on inside this gym, and a reminder, it's just the best of 3, so you got to get going. Every point counts. Third set to 15. Tomorrow, everybody will have to work a little bit harder for the money. It'll be best of 5 in the championship matches.
It's really going to be interesting to see this Kahuku team. They're 12-1, you know, but the last match was a loss against Mililani. So really, this is one of those matches where your mettle gets tested, and how will they respond here tonight?
It doesn't seem like they got their heads tucked between their legs or anything like that. They're coming out pretty much fired up. Both teams are playing pretty solid volleyball so far. Cruz goes cross court, puts it down for the kill, and Cruz gets her first kill in 4 swings.
And Cruz, this is going to be a big factor tonight, how she does the X factor. You know what you're going to get from Leah now. She has such a high level of play, but the other outsides, how is JoJo Cruz going to handle this?
Nice serve by Cruz, floats it over. Setting up right over the middle. And Kamakikuyana unable to put it down. Another opportunity for Kahuku. Anai. Oh, good defense, but just couldn't keep it in. The ball initially dug up by Shayla Kagihiro, and it was just kind of ping-ponging around so fast.
You know, and Anai, she's gone around the dial. We saw her starting off, hitting the hard angle, and now she's gone in the middle, and this time down the line. She's got a lot of range.
Cruz over the middle, rolls it. And Anai with a little soft touch coming in, making a nice play on it is Kagihiro. All over the place is Lindsay Ng, the libero from Moanalua. No matter what the sport, Moanalua always seems to just be quick. They cover a lot of ground: basketball, football, baseball, volleyball.
Right,
they never produce the biggest, strongest, tallest athletes, but man, they just cover it.
And they're classy too, right? So they always just do a good job of having that class and good sportsmanship as well.
Setting it up over the middle, blocked once. Overpass Anai with the left-handed swat. Now gets the call, and that kind of trickles over the net and goes down for her 3rd kill. Point Moanalua.
Starts off with a tough serve from Lindsay Ng and gets that second chance, and now with the put away. Lindsay Ng, she's came in this season replacing Kurosawa, the libero who had a concussion just a month ago, and really going to be important to see how she does tonight.
And look at Adora Anai. Hammers it. 5 kills already here at the midway point of set number 1.
So fluid, so smooth, and you know, she's got that power play. It's just over the top, but just perfect. That's textbook form right there. You can't teach better than that.
6'1" with some hops. Add it up, she could hit it right over you. And she's back to serve. Leah now. And that ball's just inside the line, and now with 4 kills of her own.
And now with Adora Anai in the back row for Kahuku becomes a little more interesting because they're going to have to fight a little bit harder to find some offense from somewhere else.
But a step out move, unable to put it down is Berard Kamake'iaina. Back the other way, Tonga knocks it over. Now saves it. Cruz out of the back row, shanks it off the side of her hand, and it goes out. And that's a point, Kahuku.
You know, and that play taught us a lesson there. Number 45, Tonga, not a great set for Kahuku, but she keeps the ball in play. Right on the other side, JoJo Cruz, not a great set, and she hits it out, and just something that a sophomore has to learn a little better from the senior.
Biggest lead of this match, Kahuku up by 5 early. They lead it by 2 right now. Left-handed swing that time by Adolfo. And then unable to play it back the other way is Kamalani Kachola. Ball just kind of caught her in an awkward spot. And that's a 3rd kill for Simamoni Tonga. Ke'iaina to serve it, and that is out. That's a service error, the first of the match for Kahuku. And it brings Moanalua back within 2.
I love that, right? There's such respect. The whole bench gets up as the player comes off, gives him a high five, and then back down. I really like that.
Leah now back to serve it up from the Menehune. Hard to believe she's only a junior. We've been talking about her seemingly forever.
Her sister Remo for Punahou is going to Southern Utah.
Anai out of the back row tries to roll it in there and gets the kill.
Another good swing. Kahuku looking so confident out here. I was talking to Coach Tehani Fiatoa before the match, and I said, so what was the message after the loss against Mililani? What was the takeaway? And she said, I didn't tell him anything that night. I couldn't tell him that night because I needed to restrain myself. I was so upset. But the next day, she said, we just got to play our game, do what we do, and treat it like a practice, because we do so good when we stay within ourselves.
This time, Cruz manages the set. Puts it in there off the hands, gets the kill.
Cruz is going to be a good one. She's got the great arm swing. She's got a lot of power just as she learns to play within herself as well.
As you mentioned, only a sophomore, and that time one of the rare mistakes by Adora Anai. That's a service ace by Adolfo.
Really impressed by the job that Marina Adolfo has done tonight. She's done it up in the front row. We saw the Molokai slide and then the jump float here. Had been effective.
Spoke too soon. Service error, second of the night from Moanalua, 19-7. Kahuku on top and on serve with Tonga. Good serve. Cruz pops it up out of the back row. Now. Anai, little stutter step, kind of caught her in between. Didn't get her best. Nicely dug up by now, but it turns into a point. Ball misplayed by Menehune. And Kahuku now up by 3 at that critical 20 per plateau. Tonga, the 5'11 senior, floats it over. Now pops it up. And Cruz hammers it down, and now Cruz with her 3rd kill.
Cruz starting to find her swing. They do the little bit of a misadjustment there. A couple of people going for the same play. That's Arendia Reuter and JoJo Cruz for the same play, but a good finish.
Good serve by Kaguhiro. And a good set and a better swing by Tungikina Brown. That's Lavinia Tungikina Brown.
And she goes by Talia Brown, and Coach Fiatoa calls her her best all-around player, can do all the different skills. And we just saw the back one, which is one of the most difficult sets and difficult hits, and she did that to perfection.
Well, timeout called here on the court. We're going to take a little break in the action as well. 21-18 and a hard fought first set. We'll be back with more as we look at the Enterprise. And back again inside the beautiful gymnasium here. Now pops it up. And there's Cruz with a little roll shot. Covered nicely over there by Brown. And then Anaya, kind of a bad angle for her. Dug up by Cruz. Out of the back row now. Off the block, that's a kill.
Now making some plays. It's now time, and she got a couple of digs in the back, and then bringing that offense to the back row. The last couple of hits for Adora Anaya, she's been in early, so that ball gets over her head, and she's really losing a lot of her range. She needs to wait a little bit more, have a little more patience on offense.
Cruz back to serve on a 2-point first set. Her team trailing by a deuce. Here's a knife. Boy, just to be able to get her hands on that and get it over the net was something. Overpass, put back down. Came back to R&D Ruder. And she almost kind of apologetically put it down.
You know, but this is a tough play. It doesn't look as tough as it is, but she stays behind the ball, stays out of the net, and finds the open court.
Didn't hit it as hard as you'd like to maybe sometimes dominate on an overpass. But by the way, if we get a chance to look at her shoes right there in the middle, look at the shoes on number 15, Ruder. How good are those?
They're sassy.
There's something. Come up with a lot of adjectives to describe those. Cruz back to serve. Her team within one critical service error, third of the set. For Namenihune, it comes at a bad time. They now trail it by 2. Gonna shake that one off. Again, best of 3. Brown with a good serve and a nice pass by Ng. Ball blocked at the net. Nice play by Now. Anaya. Nice play by Cruz. Now keeps it alive. No net call. There was all kind of touching on the net. And the point ultimately goes to Moanalua.
You know, that JoJo Cruz makes that play. She missed the serve right in the middle of that, and then between the two plays, she goes in. I can see her take a deep breath, reset, next play, and then she comes up with an amazing dig there.
Moanalua has not led this game. The only time it was tied, it was 1 apiece. Chance to get even right here. Setting it up. Now. Cross court. Dug up nicely back there by Wallace. And the ball off the roof falls on the Kahuku side. And for the first time since it was even at 1-1, Moanalua has tied up this set. Well, watch this ball. Goes all the way up to the roof. And Lindsay Ng about to serve it, but hold everything. Timeout call.
Good timeout here from Tehani Fiatoa. Really got to slow down the troops, and you got to really focus on the first contact, the pass. They have such a great offense, so many options. If they control that pass, good things can happen.
Well, we got a break in the action. Let's take a look at our KITV 14 players, beginning with Kahuku Sophia Tonga. Exemplifies the many characteristics of a Red Raider. Hard work, determination, on and off the court, helping her team to become an outstanding student and an agile athlete. Her humbleness and can-do attitude makes her the perfect leader. And for Moanalua, the team player is Jamelyn Vidal. Her hard work throughout her entire high school career and her super positive attitude toward coaches and teammates makes her a wonderful team player. Congratulations to Jamelyn and Sophia, the KITV4 team players. So again, the biggest lead was Kahuku +5. Moanalua has not led, but an opportunity now. Lindsay Ng back to serve. Mom Karen, a first grade teacher at Waiau Elementary School, here watching this live and in person. We'll be able to go back home and turn on the DVR and say, hey, how did he know about me? So big serve by Lindsay Ng. Floats it over. Back set. And off the block and out. Kill by Berard Kamaki'iaina, and Kahuku goes back up by a digit.
Good play on both sides. You talked about Lindsay Ng. That's a lot of pressure out of a timeout. You're a sophomore. You're coming in late in the season and delivers a great serve, but Kahuku fights it off. Great swing from Kamaki'iaina.
Adora Nai with the serve, mishandle. Oh, look at that great little over-the-shoulder punch by Kaguhiro. And then a net violation by Moanalua. But Kaguhiro had a ball that just kind of fired at her. Number 6 of Moanalua somehow got it over the net. But then the violation, and we'll get another look at it as we take a timeout. Watch her just kind of pop up her hand, and that was a nice play.
It was a great hustle. Good finish here for Kahuku. You know, so Kahuku, I talked to Tehani Fiatoa. She said, I said, what set are you going to go with tonight? She said, we're going to go with Rachel Blake. Obviously, her sister was a UH player, Lizzie Blake. Just high volleyball IQ. What Rachel does really well, unpredictable offense, uses all the different weapons and doesn't get always locked in on Adora. So, and you look at what Kahuku's doing tonight, they're doing a great job. They're distributing the ball. On the other side, you look at Moanalua, they brought the fight. Tommy Lake said, we got to fight, we got to bring some energy, and he's got such a lovable character about him, and it's infectious, and his team has really responded to the pressure tonight. I also like to see a lot of the boys players on this team. You see Dusty Carrier, one of the stars of the boys Moanalua team. You see Austin Matautia, one of the up-and-coming stars on the team, and it's good to see the different teams working together.
There's Matautia. You can tell him by the big bushy ponytail. Kind of a male version in the sense of Adora Anai, that he was kind of lanky and just all arms and legs, and he too is just going to grow into his body in outstanding fashion. And look at the swing when Tonga connects. Well, you can hear it, and that one puts this set away. So a hotly contested first chapter goes the way of Kahuku. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second set. You're watching the Red semifinals on OC16. So there you go. You got a pain in the neck. Now you know what to do. Just do a little chicken walk like we were doing there, right?
Apparently. Looking at the numbers, you got two teams playing pretty high level ball. 308 for Kahuku on the hitting percentage. You got 270 for Moanalua. Such a fine margin, and a couple of big swings there at the end by Cinnamoni Tonga, and Kahuku steals the first set. A well-played match on both sides. I think I really like the energy level from Moanalua responding in the last half of that second set. I think for Moanalua, you got to look at JoJo Cruz. She's one of those players that's hot or cold, fiery. When she's playing well, and that infectious energy, if she goes off, this Moanalua team has a chance.
Little sibling love or friends or... I never had a sister, so I don't know what the rules are on how physical you can be with a girl.
Yeah.
At that age. You had a sister growing up? Or?
No sisters, yeah. But apparently he's saying that the bar's pretty high.
Well, the bar was always high at your house. Nothing right, yeah, you guys would be hitting your head on everything. So the first set goes to Kahuku as you look at Adora Anai getting set here, and that'll be Tonga to serve it up to get the second set going. A reminder, best of 3. So Kahuku wins this set, they advance to play Nililani and get their rematch tomorrow. Now dug up by Tonga. Cross court set, and Nai this time she hits it way long.
Nai still in early. The timing that isn't there either. The set's got to be faster from Blake, or Nai's got to wait a little bit. But right now the connection is definitely misfiring.
Back to serve it up. It's going to be number 16, Erin Fujitamu. She's a designated server, only a freshman. So the freshman getting in here, and getting an opportunity, and promptly puts it into the net herself.
Tough spot, right? That's just one of the growing pains you got to go through as a freshman in a pressure situation. The next time she goes in a situation like that, it's going to be a lot easier. Yeah, you got to love Tommy Lake. He fixture at club tournaments. He's really active with the Aloha region of USA Volleyball, and one of those guys in it for the right reason, and just a good guy to be around.
Cruz out of the back row. Dug up, back row set. Tonga, not a good swing for her. In the back set, and unable to get it up over the net is Pumihana at the point. Kahuku, Red Raiders up 2-1.
Now they're pretty recent teammates, so they're still figuring out what kind of set you like, what kind of height, and they'll get better as the season progresses.
Now, off the block and out, kill for her. And Leah now up to half a dozen.
Leah now is one of those players who make tough plays look pretty easy. Smart shot off the block there. That she's been passing, she's been playing defense, can really do all the skills.
Tough serve, floated over, and that ball was kind of carried. It almost spun on her hand. Good hustle effort by Talia Brown to come up and even make a play on that one. That serve just kind of died, and so right back in there is Lindsay Ng. Team up by 1. Another good, kind of a dying serve that she has there. Now pops it over with 2 hands, setting it up. A 9, blocked at the net. And that was Marina Adolfo and Pumihana Nedle.
And once again, you see the big smile or celebration. Anytime you block a door an eye, you got to be happy, but an eye in early. What happens in these big games, you get excited and you can't wait that extra second to stay behind the ball. So now I got to take a deep breath, slow it down a little bit, and work on the timing a little bit.
And another service error is Ng puts it into the net. That is the 5th service error of this match, 2nd of this early set. And back to serve, couple of kills and 3 digs for number 12 there, and that's Talia Brown. Soft little touch, Brown, great effort to keep that one alive. Blocked in the middle, Roof, and that's a point after the carry.
Great dig from Brown, and then the play at the end. You know, so many times we feature players to watch and they don't live up to the bill, but Mariah Berard Kamake'eaina, she has been doing her part just fine.
And a great serve by Brown. Gonna set it up, now, goes cross court, out. That ball is wide, point Kahuku, they lead it 5-4. And very quickly, Tommy Lake not gonna waste any time. He'll take the timeout. We'll take it too. 5-4 the score. No room for error in a best of 3 down 1-0. Well, these two teams have played before. As we said, it was a pretty easy night's work for Kahuku. About an hour in, hour out. The match was shorter than the bus ride, both ways probably.
Yep.
Back to now. Oh, there's a hammer, and it's in for the kill. That's now 7 for her.
You know, that might have seemed like an early timeout from Tommy Lake, but he obviously saw something, and the response his team gave him after the play, that is their most emphatic point. Now it has a new urgency.
Good serve by Kachola. A 9, and that's off the arms of Cruz. And Adora Anai with another kill. That is now 7 for her.
Another swing way over the block. That time maybe even on its way out, but JoJo Cruz gets in the way, and you see her a little bit bashful there at the end of that play.
Anai back to serve. Her team up by 1. Serve just in, and that's the service ace. Right at the feet of Cruz, and that's it's one of those ones where your eyes see it happening, but your body just can't come out of that position. You're just kind of stuck on the floor.
Great looking serve right down the line, exactly. That's the one you hope it's going out of bounds.
And this time to the middle of the court and long. And that's the 2nd service error by Kahuku here.
There's so many substitutes now in the game. Tommy Lake just taking one play out for JoJo Cruz, right back in, just changing that that momentum. It's almost like you have a lot of little timeouts.
Smiling through it all, he and his players. So you're right, it's a vibe. And a good serve there, and I unable to handle it.
You know, they say we coach who we are, and that's what Tommy is. He's not flustered. He's going to go and do his best, and his team really plays the same way he acts.
Now, slaps it over, and then pushing it long is number 41, Kahuku. So that was one of the few mistakes, and so now back to serve with 7 kills, 4 digs, and an ace. Trying to bring her team back in the second set. Blocked Adolfo with the roof.
Perfect timing. Not used to playing the middle. She's a last-minute sub this year because they don't have a lot of middles, but she gets in front of the hitter. That's the key. Takes that step to the right and then gets over the net. Perfect form.
Ball also off the tape. Not even sure how much of it she really got, but it doesn't matter. Big swing and a great dig by Ng. And then Cruz off the hand on a ball that would have probably been long. I think it most certainly would have been out, but Adora Nye put her hand up out there, caught her on the wrist, and that's a point from the Minihuni and a timeout called by Tehani Fiatoa.
Oh, and Tehani Fiatoa saying, hey, I didn't want to call a timeout. She was saying, I just wanted to make a substitution here, and we have a little issue here. You see the dig at the end. You're right, that ball was on its way out.
Meanwhile, Coach Lake, Tommy Lake's taking advantage of the stoppage in play, and there's a little bit of confusion. And you're right.
Yeah,
Tehani is still, okay, now they're going to go over and say, hey, Coach Lake, it's not a timeout.
Yeah, and Lake's a smart guy.
He's like,
he's like, he's just taking a little advantage of the situation, and it's all going to come out with the right call.
Well, you know what? Both teams had a little bit of an opportunity to get a little bit of a breather. No harm, no foul. No timeout.
Lake's a big golfer, and you just know that he's not one of those guys you want to go play in money per hole. He's definitely a ringer.
Moanalua on a 4-point run, trying to make it 5 on the little dump shot. Marina Adolfo just saw that little opening and dumped it straight down.
After the great dig from Now, just so impressed by her all-around game. And I tell you what, Kahuku doesn't have the same energy they had the first set, and it's really looking a lot like a replay of what we just saw the match before this.
Kalaheo Mustangs got buried in the first set and came back to win 2 straight against Roosevelt. They'll advance to play Radford in the D2 championship game tomorrow. The winner of this match to get Nibirani.
Seen a new sub in the game, Brittany Wade back up in the front row. Tommy Lake, he's just, you gotta love his energy.
Gerard Kahuku back to serve nice. Up by Ng. Cruz off the high hands.
Cruz is so fun to watch. You just see here that energy, high hands, and she's jumping up and down and stomping her feet at the end to celebrate. Just brings so much energy, and look at that. It's just so infectious for this team.
Tonga, a little push over the net. Cachola puts it up, setting it up. Cruz. That was a little bit of a touch on the net. Another net violation. That's going to be against Kahuku. Back to serve is going to be Adolfo. 2 kills, a block, and the service ace, and that nice little dump shot a moment ago. And now, Coach Tehani Fiatoa saying, do I have one more timeout?
This is, I mean, we're seeing some gamesmanship from the coaches, right? We're seeing fake timeouts. We're seeing mini conferences.
Setting it up, far side Tonga. Cross court dug up by Now. And it's Now out of the back row. Put some good angle on it, but dug up. Tonga again, hammers it. And well dug up. What a great play by Kamalani Cachola. Both teams, good defense. A 9 And that proves to be the winner.
Anaya, one of her best swings since early in the first set. Staying behind that ball and just, how do you call it? Annihilating.
Spell, yeah, with the first 4 letters being A-N-A-E. A new way to spell annihilate. Back to serve it. There's Rachel Blake. And now again. Oh, another great dig over there on a roof shot by Olivia Wallace. To the far side, Tonga again blocked. To the near side. And that's off the hands and down by Talia Brown, who gets her 3rd kill.
I really like Talia Brown. She comes out here, she makes good decisions, she takes good swings. We saw her hit one inside out, that time outside in, and the cross-court kill put away.
There's that step-out move, this time to Cruz, unable to put it down. Back the other way, off the net. Back row, now. And now with the snowman, 8 kills for her.
Now showing the perfect form. What makes a good back row hitter is they got to broad jump a little more than they do in the front row. That broad jump gives you power.
That time into the net. Got a low set and Tonga unable to work with it. And this time, the Kahuku head coach does take her timeout as she finds herself now trailing by 5. So 15-10 our score. We'll be back with more, but first, a quick break from our friends at the HSAA. So back in the gym, 15-10 our score, Namanihune. Well, they needed to get themselves back into this match, and they have done it here in the 2nd set, but still a lot of work to be done if they're going to force that 3rd and decisive set. It's hot. But the Red Raiders, they come with their fans, and the fans come with their fans.
Wow.
Out of the timeout.